The end of the Saturday at Mallory Park saw a combined race between the Super Saloons and the TinTops, which was going to provide lots of action as we saw upwards of 26 cars entered between these two classes, but unfortunately only 24 will take the start of this one. Unfortunately, Chris Bassett, who had had a fantastic first race in the TinTops, would pull off on the formation lap, not even getting to start this last race of the weekend. It would be a great start for Dunn, who would go past both the Bradleys and take the initial lead. He would hold this lead for 3 laps until Ronan would take over, Adrian following him just a lap later. The BMW dropped back through the field but was still setting some fantastic lap times. Ronan Bradley would keep the lead until around lap number 10, when Adrian would take over from his brother at the front of the field. The pace was not quite as fast as the first race, as Adrian would have a bit of an easier time of it, able to put in more consistent lap times whilst not having to look right in front at the Ford Escort from the Super Saloons race earlier on in the day. Consistent lap times would see him take the overall win in a fantastic performance. His fastest lap came on lap 16 of 18, a 49.546. On the road, he would finish 2.8 seconds ahead of Ronan, with Gavin Dunn slipping a bit further back, nearly in the grasp of Martin Reynolds, but he would take third overall, and that would be 35 seconds back. Martin Reynolds 3 seconds further back from him, and Marcus Bicknell in 5th, the only other driver on the lead lap. The class winners would be within Class C. We had Adrian Bradley in the BMW E46 that had taken the overall win. Class B would be Ronan Bradley. We had no finishers within Class A or Class D in the Super Saloons, which meant next up the Invitational Super Saloon of Marcus Bicknell, the only starter within class, but was right up the front in 5th overall. Dave Hutchins would win Class T2 in his Honda Civic after Chris Bassett would not make the start. His pace was pretty electric, so it would have been interesting to see if these two would have had a great battle in this last race of the day. Warren Johnson would finish 2nd place within class, only a few seconds behind Dave Hutchins, but Class T2 as always is a frenetic battle. Ken Angell got the better this time of Dave Charlton within Class T1. Adrian Matthews would finish 10th on the road in this combined race, 3rd within Class T2, an impressive performance in his brand new Volvo C30, a very, very nice build if you get to see that in the paddock. Jack Whitehead would finish in 11th place. He's still getting used to his M3 but getting quicker every time. T2, 4th position was Vic Hope. Gideon September would be 3rd within T1. Richard Skelsey was 5th position within Class T2. Next up, I would win Class TP, but only just after Ian Seal put in a great performance, very, very quick in his Ford Fiesta ST150, his best lap coming on lap number 14, a 57.178. Alex Martin was next up. He would finish in 17th overall, winning Class T3. Next up would be Callum Perfect within Class T2. Justin Ross will be 3rd in Class TP, 19th overall, closely followed by 4th in Class TP, Chris Birley. He finished 20th on the road. Angelo Massinetto having some issues in this final race of the day, not quite able to extract the maximum pace that we saw in his first race early on. He would finish last place, 21st overall, but that was 2nd within Class T3. Angelo looking to defend his Class T3 title from 2021. We unfortunately had a retirement within Class T3, however. John Wilde in the slightly older Ford Fiesta XR2 would not make the finish, only completing 6 laps. His fastest lap was over 3 seconds slower than Angelo's, so there's definitely some issues within that one, considering the two were very evenly matched in the first one. So a fantastic weekend of action here at Mallory Park. Some great races throughout, some memorable battles. We'll look back at that Super Saloon battle in the first race between Adrian Bradley and Rod Birley for a long time. Adrian Bradley managing to get the wins in both of these races here today for his Super Saloon. The next action for the Saloons and TinTops will be at Brands Hatch on June the 26th. If you're looking to come and join us for the Intermarque Silhouettes, they will be racing at Brands Hatch. That's 2 weeks prior on the 11th and 12th of June for some really interesting racing at the American Speedfest 9. So a massive thank you to all involved at the CMMCS, all of the people that make this happen, all of the people putting together the reports, photos and video. Thank you to all the competitors as well, and everyone made sure this was a fantastic event at Mallory Park, and I'm sure we'll be back in 2023 after such a successful one. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.